You've been throwing away the one thing that could end your watering chores forever. Every single autumn, you rake it up, bag it, and drag it to the curb, and the whole time, you're hauling away the closest thing to free rainfall that nature ever handed a gardener. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to use this so-called forbidden mulch to cut your watering in half, maybe more, and why the people who told you it was bad for your garden had it backwards all along. And I'm saving the strangest part for last, the one trick that sounds completely wrong, but works better than anything you've bought in a bag. Now, I know what some of you are already thinking. You've heard it your whole life. Don't use those leaves. They'll mat down. They'll smother your plants. They'll steal the nitrogen right out of your soil. I heard the same thing. For years, I believed it. And it cost me more water, more money, and more sore knees than I care to admit. So let me tell you what changed my mind. It was a dry August, the kind where the ground cracks open like an old riverbed. I had 2 beds side by side. Same tomatoes, same sun, same everything, but one bed I'd covered the autumn before with a thick blanket of shredded leaves, almost out of laziness if I'm honest. The other I'd kept bare and tidy, the way we're all taught to keep things. By midsummer, the bare bed needed water every other day. The leaf-covered bed? I watered it maybe once a week, and even then I wondered if it needed it. I dug my fingers down under those broken-down leaves, and the soil was cool and damp and crawling with earthworms. Cool and damp. In August. With no rain. That was the moment I stopped listening to the warnings and started watching the ground. Here's the thing most folks get wrong, and I'll keep it simple. Leaves only mat down and turn slimy when you use them whole and wet, piled thick like a sheet of paper. The trick is to break them up first. Run the mower over them once or twice. Shred them. Once they're in pieces, they don't seal into a mat. They lock together loosely, like a sponge. And that's exactly what holds the moisture in while still letting air and rain pass through. And that nitrogen worry everyone repeats? It only matters if you till the leaves down into the soil while they're still fresh. Lay them on top as a mulch, the way the forest does it, and the opposite happens. They feed the soil. They build it, slowly, quietly, season after season. Now, the next thing I'm about to share, most gardeners never even think to try. Give me another 30 seconds and I'll show you how to get these leaves for free, even if you don't have a single tree on your property. Because here's a problem I hear all the time. Somebody says, well, that's fine for you, but my yard's all lawn, I don't have leaves to spare. And I always smile, because the answer is the easiest thing in the world. Drive around your neighborhood on a collection morning in fall. Those bags sitting at the curb, that's your mulch. Free, bagged, and ready to load. I've had neighbors thank me for taking what they considered yard waste. One year, an older gentleman down the road started saving his for me, without my even asking. We got to talking over the fence about it, and that's half the joy of gardening anyway, isn't it? So you've got your shredded leaves. Let me tell you how to actually lay them down, because this is where a little patience pays you back tenfold. Wait until the ground is moist. After a good rain is perfect. You want to trap the water that's already there. Then, lay your shredded leaves about 3 to 4 inches deep around your plants. But, and this matters, keep them pulled back a couple inches from the actual stems. Stems like to breathe. Pile mulch right against them, and you invite rot. Around trees, the same rule. No volcano of mulch choking the trunk. Just a nice, even, breathing layer. And then you mostly leave it alone. That's the part that's hard for us busy types. We want to fuss. But this is doing its work whether you watch it or not. We're about halfway through now, and the part I really want you to hear is coming up right after this. Because so far I've told you about saving water, and that alone is worth the trouble. But there's a deeper thing happening under that mulch. And once you understand it, you'll never look at a bag of leaves the same way again. Underneath that layer, you're building a whole living world. The leaves break down and feed the worms tunnel and aerate and leave behind the richest castings money can't even buy. Fungi thread through it all, connecting your plant roots to water and nutrients far beyond their own reach. You're not just covering the soil, you're growing soil. And good soil holds water like nothing else on earth. A handful of rich, dark, living earth can hold its weight in water. That's the real secret. The mulch saves water this year. The soil it builds saves you water every year after. I had a stretch of ground that was hard yellow clay when I started. You could barely push a trowel into it. 5 autumns of leaves later, that same ground is dark and crumbly and soft enough to plant with my bare hands. I didn't truck in a single load of soil. The leaves did it. Patience did it. Now, here's the strange one I promised you. The trick that sounds completely wrong. Most people, when they finally come around to using leaves, rake them all up neat in spring and clear them away to make things tidy before planting. Don't. Here's what I do instead, and I know how it sounds. In the fall, I leave a good portion of my leaves right where they fall in the garden beds, whole, unshredded, untouched all winter long, through the snow, through the mud, looking frankly like I've given up on the place. And here's why. All winter, those leaves are shelter. Beneath them, the ground stays warmer and steadier, so the freeze and thaw doesn't heave your perennials right out of the earth. Lacewings and ladybugs and the very pollinators you spent all summer trying to attract, they tuck into that leaf litter and wait out the cold. The fireflies you remember from childhood, the ones that have grown so scarce, they spend their early life down in that damp leaf layer. Rake it all away clean every fall and you rake them away with it. Leave it and you wake up to a garden that's more alive every single year. Then in spring, once the days have truly warmed and the bugs have stirred, you shred what's left and there's your mulch, already half broken down and ready to go. The mess was never a mess. It was the whole point. So that's it. The forbidden mulch that isn't forbidden at all. It's just been forgotten. Sitting at the curb in paper bags while we drive to the store to buy something in plastic that does half the job. Shred your leaves. Lay them after a rain. Keep them off the stems, and leave a little wildness behind through the winter. Do that, and the watering can starts to feel like a thing of the past. I'd love to know one thing before you go. Do you bag up your fall leaves, or do you let them stay in the garden? I'm curious which camp you're in. Tell me down below.